tell the team like it is, and I think that's worked for George Karl over the years.
And they're unable to get the tying basket there. Rockets have gone 2 of 3 from the. And he's knocked off course by the D. The foul called. He'll shoot free throws. That is on Ty Lawson.
Well, one of the great stories that we've ever seen in the NBA took place a year ago. Linsanity, they called it. The emergence of Jeremy Lin as the Knicks point guard. Pretty amazing. He had been cut several times, but the Knicks thrust him into that starting role, and he just took off with it.
And, Steve, you go back to that incredible start for Jeremy Lin, the first player on record to have at least 20 points and 7 assists in his first 5 starts.
And let's dig into those numbers even a little more, Kevin. In those 5 games, he set the record for the most points scored by a player in their first 5 starts since the NBA-ABA merger back in 1976. Remarkable.
Now, here is Gallinari, looking for his first bucket of the game.
Well, Danilo Gallinari out of Italy has emerged into a top-flight scorer in this league, a deadly shooter at 6'10", pretty crafty inside. And I think after Kevin Durant, he could be the second best small forward in the Western Conference.
And the Rockets making a change here. Douglas is checked in. Gallinari hits them both. And Danilo Gallinari, 6'10" Clark, great size at the small forward position. The upside here is terrific.
Yeah, he's really a uniquely skilled big guy. He can handle it, shoot it from deep, driving, and I love his IQ and craftiness. This is a very clever basketball player.
And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
You know, Tony Douglas had the starting point guard role early last season for the Knicks, but just didn't run with it. He struggled with his shooting and his playmaking, so it became a season to forget for him on an individual basis as Jeremy Lin took his starting job.
And Tony Douglas, I think you'd say Clark in his first 2 seasons in the league prior to last season had been a pleasant surprise, but, you know, as Steve just said, last season was really a struggle.
Yeah, the growth isn't always going to be a straight line north. A late first-rounder showed he could shoot the 3 and play tough defense, a little undersized when he has to play 2 guards, but he's still a guy that I think is going to be very productive going forward.
Iguodala, that's good.
After digging themselves that hole in the first quarter, this club is starting to shoot the ball much better now.
Yeah, you know, sometimes it takes a little while to work out the knots. I mean, they're starting to put it together.
Now here's Douglas. Over Miller. Blocked. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Shot from 12. And Iguodala with the basket. The assist from Anthony Randolph. And that's now 6 points for Iguodala.
You know, Houston for the last several years has tried to get a star player on their roster, but it's so difficult to do. There's only about 10 of them in the entire league. But what they've done is they've put a lot of good players on the floor. They've built their asset base, and they're poised to make a deal when the right one comes their way.
Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Guys, a new-look team in Denver. Less star power to be certain, but they've had success. Coach Karl said they're following the mold of the Spurs, saying of this Nuggets team, it's void of high-maintenance egos and attitudes. He said, when we decided to change the team pretty drastically, we wanted the players to be with us rather than fighting us. You get into a tug-of-war or a debate situation, and everybody loses. Kevin, he's so right.
Well, Doris, he's definitely happy with this young group of guys. They have a chance to be really good. Really, if you don't have a top 10 player in the league, you just continue to gather talent, and that's what the Rockets have really done.
Yeah, and you call that stockpiling assets. If you aren't building around someone, then you get as many good assets as you can because they're always movable, and I think Houston has done a nice job with that. They're in a position to add pieces or either trade for additional pieces now.
Not really the shot they were looking for, but still they got it to go.
Douglas against Miller. They need this. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Well, at least the defender got his money's worth on that one.
Yep, that was an easy whistle for the official.
The Rockets shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
You know, something you can point to when you're talking about their areas of success last season, free throw shooting.
And we're starting to see more free throw attempts, so I like the aggressiveness here in the second quarter, guys.
Well, you know, this is exactly what they need to do to climb back into this game. I mean, initiate contact, play smash mouth basketball, and get to that free throw line.
And Lawson, here we go. Shoots over a sheet. Again, the Nuggets score. 5 seconds left now here in the second. Douglas for three. No good on the buzzer beater. And the first half ends in a close one. Nuggets lead by 4. And coming up after the break, it'll be Damon Bruce breaking down all the highlights from the first half of play.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
And it's time to break down the first half of action. I hope you're having a great Friday night so far. Out at Pepsi Center, the Nuggets ahead against the Rockets. They've been having their way inside. A huge lead when it comes to points in the paint, making it very hard to defend against them. Andre Iguodala leads the game in scoring. He has 6 points and also helped out with 2 rebounds. A scrappy effort by Houston. They've been aggressive.